Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and this is once again Star Trek Online Rise of the Red Shirt. Now, production of TARDIS, I mentioned in my vlog a couple of weeks ago, is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would because I want to do some things that I need to learn the Foundry tool set for, and were made a little bit problematic with some account trouble. So while I'm still working on that, I set out, or I mentioned at the outset of this season of Rise of the Red Shirt that I wanted to do more Foundry stuff. So while I'm working on Taurus, I'm going to start doing some Foundry missions, and I figured why not start with a two-parter. Now, back before Rise of the Red Shirt, I originally covered a Foundry mission called Worst of All Worlds. That mission now has a sequel, but before I do the sequel, I wanted to cover the first one. I wanted to cover Worst of All Worlds itself in Rise of the Red Shirt, and then move on to the sequel so that you know everything that's going on. And also, this is a Foundry mission. You can play it whenever you want if you play STO. I highly recommend that you do. It was a fantastic mission, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So let me go ahead and to my journal and bring it up. Let's see. So community. Let's see. The Worst of All Worlds. The Woglinde has been ordered to the Pajem system to evaluate the latest. The Woglinde has been ordered to the Pajem system to evaluate the latest transwarp gate, under construction in orbit of Pajem 2. This new gate, once operational, will give Starfleet a decisive tactical edge in the war with the Klingons. Okay. Captain, I want you to report to Pajem 2 as soon as possible. We're almost finished constructing a new transwarp gate that links to an end gate near Klingon space. We have it hidden in the Sedean Nebula. I want you to oversee final testing of the gate. If successful, I want you to take the 4th Fleet and go directly to the edge of the Memphis sector and prepare an assault upon Klingon outposts along the border. The Klingons won't know what hit them. Good luck. So I'm going to hit accept, and it's unable to add the mission because I already took it. I didn't want to spend like 10 minutes talking. I wanted to go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead. We're heading to, let's see, to Pajem in the Sirius sector block. Oops. So, I'm not cutting out the warp transition. Why aren't I cutting out the warp transition? Well, because my loadout's changed a little bit, and there are a couple things I do want to talk about while we head to Pajem. It won't take long. Those of you who are particularly astute will have noticed immediately what one of the changes was, but the rest of you will find out as we transit to the Sirius sector block as the game loads. There we go. So one of the first really big changes is this. I now have the full Mark 11 Mako set, and it's going to lag a little bit because I'm running a recording program while the sector block is full. I have the full Mark 11 Mako set, so my ship's loadout has changed a little bit accordingly. I've been doing a lot of STFs lately. In fact, I actually have the Mark 12 Mako impulse engine, and I got that one completely by accident too. I accidentally ended up in Cure Elite, and it gave me that impulse engine. It was actually nice. It was very nice of the game to do that, considering the suffering I had to go through for it. Let's see, no inspect civilian freighter. Okay. So yeah, I've been gathering dilithium like a machine for the Starbase system that's coming. I like the Mako deflector a lot. I think the engine trails, the engine wash looks really cool. I like the what the hell is it? Asynchronous warp field. I like that. I like that it actually goes about as fast. It's actually slightly slower than the Borg impulse engine. Slightly slower, but it's still fantastic. Although the text does lie a little bit. It says right now that the asynchronous warp field allows a movement speed equal to warp 12. That's BS. I think that's an artifact from before the implementation of driver coil, I think. You know, before the skill revamp. So that text is actually different on Tribble. But yeah, I have the full Mako set, and the full Mako set gives you this cool ability. Well, it would be a cool ability if it worked, called the Heavy Graviton Beam. Now, the Heavy Graviton Beam, in its heyday, which was pretty much immediately when the Mako set became available, was actually a useful thing that basically cut off it offline the auxiliary power of whatever it hit. It repelled whatever it hit, and for this reason, it was a really great thing to use in basically whenever you are fighting Borg, especially in the defend the sector blocks missions. It was a fantastic thing, and then they nerfed it. It was the subject of a brutal nerf, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that the Heavy Graviton Beam, the 3-piece Mako set bonus, is fucking useless. I mean, wow. I actually took Lucapolly. I took Lucapolly aside, and we tested it. We took tests, like, I tested it just firing it with my normal power settings. I tested it firing it full aux. I tested firing it at my normal power settings after using a red matter capacitor. I tested it firing at my normal power settings with all my buffs fired off. And then I finally just tested it with fucking everything, like under the most ideal conditions possible. And it couldn't even, like, under the most ideal conditions, it did less, every buff fired off. Full aux power, I chugged a red matter capacitor. Well, I didn't chug it, but I fired up the red matter capacitor to give me even more bonus power. And I fired the Heavy Graviton Beam at an escort, mind you. At an escort. With no shields. Like, Lucapolly took his shields off. He removed his shields so we could get the best raw data that we possibly could. And even with no shields, no defensive buffs of any kind, the Heavy Graviton Beam, under the most ideal conditions possible, could not even, it did less damage than a photon torpedo. That is useless. Like the only thing it's useful for is maybe like the most tiny of the most tiny ships. I may have killed a Jem'Hadar attack ship with it. That's all. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean when we go in here. But the Heavy Graviton Beam is useless. And that's a real middle finger from Cryptic to anybody who worked their ass off to get the 3-piece Mako set. You know, why would you do that? You intentionally made this hard to obtain. And then you made it utterly useless. It boggles the mind why they would do that. That's horrific. That's bullshit. Okay, I'm done, Rach. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. I'll fire off a red matter capacitor and with some of my attack buffs and fire this thing probably at some point during this mission, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, even under the best conditions, the most ideal possible conditions that I could produce at the time, it wasn't even enough to seriously harm an unshielded escort ship. Wow. That's unreal. So, worst of all worlds. Sir, we have reached Pajem. Welcome to Pajem 2, Vice Admiral. Starfleet Command tells me you're here to run a final evaluation of the Pajem Gate. I think you will find everything is working perfectly. We just have a few more power nodes to connect, and we will be ready. Understood, Lieutenant. Whilst they finish up, we should head directly to the hub and inspect the power core and structural integrity field before attempting any test runs. I don't fancy being scattered across the galaxy. Agreed. Helm, set a course for the gate. I like the blue engine trail, too. But the blue engine trail has grown on me a bit. I also like that it's short. It's not leaving like this super long trail behind it. It looks like short engine, like just, it literally looks like engine wash. Except for I could do without the green engine trails, but the impulse engine trails are nice. Sir, enemy contact detected. Klingon Vorcha class attack cruiser decloaking. Raise shields.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
An engine battery, joy. You know, I'm going to set the volume a little bit higher. There we go. Sir, the Klingons hit the gate during the battle. Oh, they didn't. They've destabilized the power nodes. Scan the gate. Ah, you shouldn't have scanned the gate. Orbital control to Woglinde. Please come in. I am attempting to cut through the interference being generated by the gate. Sir, the gate is going critical. I cannot stop it from here. If the gate explodes, it will send a shockwave across the system. Everything in orbit would be heavily damaged. It can do untold destruction to the planet itself. Thousands could die. Can we start beaming people up? Sir, there are over 50,000 people on the planet. I need options. If we raise our shields and divert all power to them, and I mean everything, we might be able to absorb 90% of the blast. The rest should not be enough to do any lasting damage to the starbases or the planet. We, however, would not survive. Well, I personally think this is a terrible plan, and I would like some other options, please. Do it. Sir, all power has been diverted. Raise shields. I said raise shields! I said raise shields! Raise shields, not get out of Dodge! What happened? Oh no, the planet, it's been destroyed. What happened? Did we raise the shields in time? We're still here. Yes, shield extension was successful. Even if it had failed, it could not have been the shockwave. There's no way it would have been strong enough to destroy the entire planet. I'm detecting no radiation in the system, and our shields are at 100%. According to my scans, the planet was destroyed years ago. If my calculations are correct, almost 40 years ago. How can that be? I'm detecting some debris ahead. Move us in closer. Okay. Cue my saying that we're trapped in an episode of... This is officially an episode of Red vs. Blue. And we're walking. Starfleet ships. The names, they're familiar. The Reliant, the Phoenix, the Enterprise. These are all ships from at least 4 decades ago. What happened here? I'm detecting another object on the far side of the cracked moon. Helm, set course. I like the blue engine trails. They look really cool. I spy with my little eye a screwed Borg ship. Is that the old Borg model? I think it is. It's the Borg. The ship is damaged. I'm reading no life signs. Wait, we have more ships warping in.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Probes. You have no idea who it is you have pickled with. Yeah, so I'm kind of still equipped for STF, so yeah, the Borg aren't going to know what hit them here. Could the Borg have done all this? If so, the question is when? Have we traveled into the future? Sir, I think I may have an answer. I've been running some scans, and we are out of quantum sync with our surroundings. I believe we are in a different quantum universe. An alternate reality? Yes, sir. The transwarp gates are designed to send ships through space by leaving what we consider reality. No, they're not, but okay. When the gate overloaded, it must have weakened the barrier between realities and sent us here instead. I will begin working on a way to get us back. Keep me posted. Sir, I'm reading weapons fire over Vulcan. There seems to be a battle taking place. Shall we set a course? I think we should investigate. Course plotted. Again, that's not exactly how transwarp gates work. At all. I'll give the story writers some slack because the story's good, but that's not how transwarp gates work. They're not the teleporters from Doom 3. Sir, I'm detecting multiple Borg ships in the area, plus several others. Cardassian, Klingon, Romulan, and Breen. Let's help them out. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. You will be assimilated. Assimilate this. Let him assimilate heavy graviton beam! Nothing.
Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, don't tractor me, bro.
Target's shields have failed.
Come on. Go down. Is there no battle music at all? It's pretty quiet, and I know I have the music turned on. Thank you, stranger. We need all the help we can get. Your weapons are powerful. It seems the Borg have not yet adapted to them. Please, what happened to the Federation? The Federation? Yes, I see it now. Your Starfleet. I've not heard those names for some time. The Terrans, Vulcans, and Dorians, they were all part of the Federation once. Now it's all Borg space. The Federation was destroyed. Yes, around 40 years ago. When the Borg first appeared in this part of space, the Federation tried to hold them back at Wolf 359, but they failed. Earth was assimilated and stripped bare of its resources for the construction of the unit complex. Now it's little more than rock and ash. Soon the rest fell, and many other races stood little chance against them. The Ferengi, the Meridorns, the Lethians, all assimilated. Soon the Borg began to expand their territory and an alliance was formed. A new federation, if you will. Cardassians, Gorn, Hirogen, Klingons, Romulans, and anyone else who would stand against them. Many of the humans who had avoided being assimilated joined us as well, but they have few ships of their own. How can you not know this? In my reality, the Borg were destroyed. Your reality. I'm beginning to understand. How fortunate you are, and how unlucky to find yourself here. That's getting irritating. Please, the Borg have yet to adapt to your weapons. Perhaps you could help us. There is a transport convoy of refugees under attack, and some more on the surface that we can't get to, as there is a cube in orbit. Please save them if you can. One moment. Opinions? Sir, is it wise to interfere in a timeline that's not our own? Perhaps we should concentrate on getting home. But we'll need to work out how to get back. These people might be able to help us? We are still Starfleet officers and should render aid where needed. I agree. These people need our help. Thank you. You don't know how grateful we are for your help. Several Borg warp signatures are approaching this location. We will hold them off while you try to rescue the civilians. Please, hurry. Destroy the cube defending Vulcan. Oh, there's an interesting thing. Oh, look. The enemy lines.
Ship is under attack.
Not anymore.
Target's shields have failed.
What else you got? Dramatic. Alright, here we go. Let's bring down those shields. Okay, shields are going down.
Target's shields
Fire!
have failed.
Fire the cannon! Did nothing. Still, it's useful for a little extra bit of DPS, if nothing else. Get off my ship, Borg. Okay. Hey, you. Cut it out.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Don't tractor me, bro. Dead. This house is clear. Thank you so much. There are more people on the surface that need to get out. Please save them. We will almost certainly encounter drones on the surface. I suggest we replicate some remodulators for our weapons. Without them, we will not stand a chance once they adapt. Agreed. So, who are we taking down into the battleground? Let's see. So, am I taking Doppler? Might not take Doppler. I could take Chal. Chal's got a... Yep, Chal's got a remodulator. Chal will fuck the Borg up. Let's see. Does Rick have a remodulator? Let's see. Rick's got one, yeah. What? Mark 11. Armor. Rifle. 03. Says he has the full... Okay. So the personal shield... The shields and the armor say he has the full Jem'Hadar set equipped. The rifle says he doesn't. I don't even know anymore. Alright, so let's see. Passives. Let's see. So we'll take Rick, Chal, Lima, and 8 because she's got the Borg treble and the amazing Borg killing proton distortion rifle that kills Borg really effing quickly. So let's go ahead and take care of this Dolph shit. Scrolling across my screen. There we go. So everybody's going down there or has already got a remodulator. Now, Chal is armed with a nanopulse Lurpa, which will kick the crap out of the Borg, but he'll have to remodulate it every once in a while. When he's not remodulating it, he'll be using Lunge, which will also kick the crap out of the Borg, both literally and figuratively. So, yeah. Chal's your man. Let's see. I have located a pocket of civilians trying to escape the Borg. There's heavy fighting in the area. Be careful. And it reminds you again, replicate some remodulators, because you're gonna need them. So instead of Doppler, we're gonna take Chal. There we go. So Chal is an entirely melee-centered fighter, as I've said previously. And melee kicks the crap out of the Borg. That Nanopulse Lurpa is gonna kick the crap... Not his Lurpa. Nanopulse Batleth will kick the crap out of them, but he'll have to remodulate it every once in a while. While he's remodulating it, he will have Lunge. He will be able to lunge constantly, and Lunge does crap tons of damage, so yeah, the Borg are kind of screwed. I wonder how badly this is going to chug, because it chugged pretty badly when I recorded it last time. The fact that the loading screen is apparently frozen isn't exactly comfort. Hello? Jesus. Assimilated Vulcan. I wonder if the map is different. I wonder if he's changed it. A lot of the Foundry missions got... No, the map is pretty much the same. We should clear the area of Borg before any more civilians get hurt. Alright. Well, that was hard. That was easier than it used to be. Talk to Vulcan leader. No, that's not Pran. Pran would have gone down fighting. Let's see. Thank you. Your help is most appreciated. There will be more civilians a couple of 100 meters to the north of this location. Please, free them. My friend here also requires medical aid. If you can provide it, he took a disruptor blast to his chest. I do not believe he will survive, but maybe you could help him with the pain. We will. Do not worry. I'm guessing it's this person. Scan the Kardashian! Help me. Take this hypo. It'll make you feel better. Thank you. Thank you so much. The pain has faded. I know the wound is not good. I don't expect to make it, but no one deserves to die in pain. You're welcome. I'm sorry I can't do more. With all due respect, we might have needed that hypo later. Are you sure giving it to a stranger, a man sure to die, was really the best course of action? We are here to help people, Rick. Sir, I've been scanning for more life signs, and it's difficult to get a clear reading with all this Borg tech in the area. Let's start our search near that Borg structure just north of here. Continue. Head north. Okay. That music is getting a little bit obnoxious, so... About half. Half will do. That's that one that one thong, that one theme that I really, really don't like. Sir, the Borg have erected some sort of scattering beam. We've lost contact with the ship. We're on our own for this one. I'm detecting multiple drones in the area. We should eliminate them before we plan our next move. I'm detecting some strange energy readings, although I can't pin its location. It might be from whatever is generating the scattering field. We should keep our eyes open. We'll have to find it and shut it down. Oh shit, Borg. Kick the shit out of him, Shawl. Grenade! Oh, trouble. I think I've located the cause of the scattering beam. Let's see if we can shut it down. Alright. I'm guessing it's that big important thing over there. Oh shit. That's never good. Go!
Shield losing power. Take cover.
There we go. Chaw kicking ass. Taking names. Gotcha. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've done is I've mapped the roll to the G button, so that whenever I'm using a melee, so I don't have to use lunge to close the distance with something. So I'll just charge it and then roll, and then I got my Lurpa out, ready to slash. So it's a little tip if you like melee combat is map roll to a button, so you'll be able to close that distance really quickly. Deactivate device. Oh, I want to blow it up. Woglinde to Captain. Please respond. I read you. I thought we'd lost you there for a moment. We're ready to transport the next group of civilians on your order. Stand by. Okay. Bring up the Mako assault rifle again. So there's at least one new equipment set. There's that little cursor bug. Really wish they'd fix that. There's a new equipment set that actually has like a Breen Freezy pulse wave. Or at least as far as I know it does. All I know is the name. Ready to transport you and the civilians on your order. Energize! Again with the loading. Is it just me or do Foundry missions take longer to load than normal missions? Is this just me? I'm not sure. Talk to the Alliance. Let's go ahead and complete these. Talk to Alliance Cruiser. Thank you for your help. I hope you can find a way home. You have done so much for us. I wish there was a way to repay you for your kindness. We were happy to help. Sir, I think I have a way to get us home. We need to find a transwarp gate. I think I can recreate the accident that got us here. At least, I hope. Do we know where one is? A transwarp gate. The only one that I know of is in orbit of Earth. However, getting to it will not be easy. The entire system will be swarming with Borg ships. We'll handle the Borg. Thank you for your help. For your help, I mean. Yeah. I'm a little tongue-tied today. Let's see. Ready to leave whenever you are. Warp to Sol. Sir, Earth. I can't believe it. There it is, sir, the gate. But it's protected by some form of shielding. We have to deal with that cube. Let's hope they have not yet adapted, or this could be a short fight. Take us in, nice and steady. Oh, that cube. Well, I know how to fight tactical cubes, so here's a little tip. Here's a little tip for fighting tactical cubes. You want to be on top or below them. Don't fight them from the sides, because from the sides they're going to have that insta-kill. They're going to have those insta-kill torpedoes. But if you fight them from the top, they're actually a lot easier. All they'll be able to hit you with is tractor beams and those shield draining torpedoes, and of course their weapons, and that's it.
4 shields failing.
And that's all. That's all they'll have. They can't really harm you with anything else. So, if you're going to fight a tactical cube, stay above it or below it. Don't fight it from the sides. That was a close one. They'd started to adapt to our weapons. We better get this done before anyone else shows up. Sir, I have an idea. It's risky, but it might just help this reality out. We have a supply of transphasic torpedoes on board. If we beam them into key command centers of the unit complex, we can destroy it from the inside. It might deal a crippling blow to the Borg and give the Alliance time to fight back. It's your choice. I'll need a moment to set the transport if you need time to decide. Understood. Let me know when you're ready. So where's the gate? Ready to transport. If we do this, it should destroy the entire unit complex. However, it will alert just about every Borg ship in the quadrant, so we'll have to fight our way out of here. It's your call. Do it!
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Let them bring it!
Warning. Ship is under attack.
That's right. Come and get it.
Target shield.
Everybody come real fucking close. Gather round, everyone. Papa wants to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there were a bunch of fucking Borg. And then I activated my point defense system and they all died. Did you like the story? I did. We'll have to do this again sometime. How about you three? Would you three like to hear a story? Once upon a time, there were 3 photon torpedoes. Or not photons, quantums. Whatever. Die. Story time's over.
Failed.
Starfleet lost to these guys. Let's see how much of a dent we can make in the Borg population. Help this reality out as much as we can.
Target's shields have failed.
Hi, how you guys doing? It's a nice day, isn't it?
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
No, that's not gonna work.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, bored now. Okay, let's see. Federation lost to these guys. Oh, a sphere. Maybe this will be fun. Maybe.
Ship is under attack.
If nothing else, at least the Super Mako Death Ray sounds cool.
Four shields failing.
Don't tractor me, bro. Starfleet lost to these guys. I love how you think setting my ship on fire will do anything. Assimilate that! It appears our little firework display has got their attention. More Borg are incoming. Good.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Now, I'm very disappointed in you, Borg. I was promised assimilation. Promised. I was promised that I would be kidnapped and forced to join some kind of twisted hive mind whose idea of perfection is corroding metal implants inside of rotting flesh. But I came to an alternate reality full of Borg, and all I've gotten so far are pretty fireworks. For shame. If we activate the deflector at these coordinates, we can destabilize the outer shield just long enough to get inside. Then I'll use an inverse tachyon. Beam. Solving our problems through technobabble. I wonder if we'll have to use multimodal reflection sorting before we use the inverse tachyon beam. Maybe we'll have to set up an interferometric field. Maybe that's what the multimodal reflection sorting will be. It'll be to make sure that we can set up that interferometric field properly, so then we can use the inverse tachyon beam to do something that involves quantum. I'm not sure. Sorry, I just don't. I think I know technobabble became pretty much endemic. It's not bad. I'm not ragging on the writing at all. It's just that technobabble just kind of hits that. It's kind of a pet peeve in the back of my head, but whatever. If we activate the deflector at these coordinates, we can destabilize the outer shield just long enough to get inside. Then I'll use an inverse tachyon beam to disrupt the gate. I've been collecting data on the ships and people here. I think I've discovered their quantum signature. If we set our shields to the signature of our universe, I believe we can get back when the gate reaches critical. You don't sound too sure of that. Honestly, I'm not, but it's the best shot we have. Preparing to depart the system via the gate on your orders. Here goes nothing. The gate is going critical. It's now or never. Let's go. Instead of entering the gate, we warp away from it. Again. I'm not sure that was intentional. I don't know if it happened. I don't think it happened that way before. Somebody correct who's played worse. Maybe I'll go back to the old footage and see if it happened that way. But I don't think it did. I think that might just be because of what Season 4 did to the Foundry. Oh, I hope that doesn't happen in Season 6. Oh, that would be a tragedy if Season 6 suffered the same problems as the Foundry did in Season 4. I don't think it will. I think they learned their lesson with that, but you never know. Hi, guys. Oh, so it didn't blow up? We made it. Wait. No! A Borg cube followed us through. We must destroy it now. I hope this cube and its crew realize how absolutely screwed they are.
Target shields have failed.
Screwed. Yeah, Cube. This ship is now refitted to take on Borg on even terms, so yeah, chasing me through that gate was a really bad idea. Vice Admiral, you were alive? Where did the Borg come from? I do not understand. We'd assume your ship had been destroyed. The gate began to destabilize, but the energy was directed towards your ship and not out towards the shields. There was an explosion and your ship was gone. The gateway here took some damage, but as the energy was directed into your ship and not outwards like we feared, no one else was hurt. It will need some work, but I think we can get it back up shortly. What happened to you? I hope it was not too stressful. Lieutenant, you have no idea. Thank you for playing. There is now a sequel to this mission. The exciting story continues in the Temple of the Pa-Wraiths. So that's a fantastic Foundry mission. And that's my old... And that's my old, old review. But, it's a fantastic mission. It's really well done. There are some grammatical errors. And this is a personal pet peeve. Doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the overall mission, but it's a personal pet peeve of mine that I really don't like it when problems get resolved through technobabble. So yeah, the ending of Mass Effect 3 also pisses me off a lot. But it's kind of a personal thing. You know, I really don't like technobabble. So when I heard like when I read inverse tachyon beam, and I think I had the same reaction back then. I'll have to compare once I've uploaded this. I'll have to watch both and compare my reactions. But I think I had the exact same reaction before, like, oh, really? We're referencing that? But yeah. Worst of all worlds, fantastic mission. The next mission in this micro story arc is going to be Temple of the Pa-Wraiths. And I'm unsure if I'm going to record that later today, but it will be next week, because I'm also going to be... You'll see it next week, because this week I'm also going to be recording... I'm going to take a little bit of a foray onto Tribble, and we're going to check out the new Tholian ground map, some of the Tholian PvE stuff that you can queue for. We're going to see if we can get invited into another fleet and check out the progress of their starbase, check out some of the stuff there, and really just sort of highlight all the stuff that may be hitting holodeck next week or the week after. I say next week or the week after because generally, from past experience, when they hold a Tribble test weekend, they're just about ready to bring it live. So I'm thinking next week, or it's going to be like this week by the time you see this, or the week after is when this stuff is going to be hitting holodeck, and I'm so excited. Me and Inveculus have been really gearing up to get our starbase running and get those projects done and get our starbase at least to tier 1. Get our shipyard and our starbase in order. Because we're going to be focusing on tactical, and I think from what I've seen, and I'll talk about this later, is it's probably going to be to the advantage of a fleet to pick a specialization and work with that until they've unlocked like the tier 5 stuff. You know, like for example, our fleet's going to concentrate on the shipyard, so we're going to be leveling up military like crazy because that shipyard is how you get the best ships in the game, and we'll be able to gain XP in military really quickly because you have 3 project slots plus 2 extra special project slots. So you do military projects and all of those, you're going to get lots of military XP really quickly, and you're going to be able to build that shipyard and get that tier 1 starbase out, just knock it out really fast. And so that's what I was noticing. That's what I'm thinking from what I've seen on Tribble. But I'll talk about that more once we get on there. So let's go ahead and let's get out of this system. And again, I had such an easy time with this. You may not, but I had such an easy time because the Woglinde right now is kitted to fight Borg. Fight and defeat Borg on even terms. At least it can on normal. On elite mode, it's always harder for everyone to fight off the Borg. Especially considering the Borg seem to be critting like mad again. But again, remember that. Remember what I said. If you're fighting a tactical cube, especially in a Kittimer Accord or in Infected Elite, keep in mind that if you're above the cube or below it, it cannot hit you with those insta-kill torpedoes. Or at least it hasn't hit me with those. I have not been hit by any what the hell? I have not been hit by any torpedoes from above or below the tac cube. Because I've been testing this tactic in Infected, and every time it's only been able to hit me with its shield drainer or its plasma beams, but I've never been spreaded from above it. I've never been hit by the heavy plasma torpedo from above it. I've been tractored and I've been beam spammed, but that's it. That's all it can do. It is not. If you want a really easy time fighting the tac cube, get above or below. Don't fight it from the sides because then it can one-hit kill you. And so there you go. A fun Foundry mission, a fun Foundry recommendation. Worst of all worlds. It's been up there forever, but it's still really good. And a little bit of tactics for when you take on tac cubes. And I think that'll work for whenever you fight a tac cube. Like whenever you fight one in the sector defense missions or the red alerts, in special task forces, or in like the plot. Whenever you fight a tactical cube, try that tactic because it's been really working for me in Infected Elite. So give that a shot and tell me if it works for you. And yeah, I'm probably gonna record Temple of the Pa Wraiths later, but I wanted to get this one out there this week, and I will probably see you next over on the Tribble Test server. So yeah, I will see you guys later. So later.